Hey there, Manna Church. Welcome to your Morning Manna. My name's Nick, and I'm excited to spend the next few days taking a closer look at the lyrics of one of my favorite hymns of all time, entitled, "It Is Well With My Soul." Maybe you don't know the hymn, but if not, here's a link to one of my favorite renditions of the song. And I don't know about you, but oftentimes hymns like this one reminds me of some profound theological truths that we find in Scripture. So it's kind of like as we sing the lyrics to the song, it's really just serving as a reminder for me and for all of us that whatever I'm going through, whatever I'm facing, at least I can hold on to this understanding of who God is. So each day this week, we're going to read through one of the stanzas in the song and reflect on the biblical truths that are being communicated. Today we'll start with the first and probably the most well-known verse of the hymn, and it reads like this. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. The opening line kind of begins to paint a picture. And when it says peace like a river or sorrows like sea billows roll, it causes me to think of both the good and the dark times in life. We've all experienced those peaks and valleys in our own unique way. However, when the lyrics say the next line, I feel like that's key. It says, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. In other words, I feel like the writer of this hymn, Horatio Spafford, he's exhorting us that contrary to popular belief, our inner peace, our joy, our satisfaction, in fact, does not derive from our outward circumstances. So regardless of what happens to us, in the good and in the bad, we can still experience peace and joy and satisfaction. Why? Because each of those things are rooted solely in the person of Jesus Christ. This is not a new concept, but it is easily forgotten. So Horatio's just simply reminding us of what Scripture has already taught us. For example, Jesus is the Prince of Peace. Scripture tells us in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, it says, he will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Another example, Jesus is our source of joy. In fact, Jesus himself tells us in John 15:11, he says, these things I have spoken to you that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be full. Notice he didn't say anything about circumstances. He solely pointed to himself as the source of joy. Also, Jesus is our hope. Matthew 12:21 tells us that in his name nations will put their hope. And lastly, our ultimate satisfaction is found in the person of Jesus. Psalm 107 verse 9 says, for he satisfies the longing soul, and the hungry soul he fills with good things. Now, you may think, I'm sure it's easy for Horatio Spafford to write these words. He probably hasn't seen much trouble or suffering in his life. Except he did. Within a span of 2 years, his son was killed in the Great Chicago Fire. His business was destroyed. He was financially ruined. And all 4 of his daughters died in a horrific accident that caused their ship to drown at sea. See, many people don't realize that the lyrics to this hymn was written only days after his daughters drowned. So when Horatio wrote the words, when sorrows like sea billows roll, it wasn't just poetry. He was literally reflecting on the personal loss he had just experienced. Yet even in the face of his grief, in one of the darkest moments of his life, he reminds himself of these powerful words. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Join us tomorrow as we explore the second stanza of the song. See you then.